Hey guys, I'm here. So Invisible Ink is free on PS Plus, and you might notice that I have a lot of save files and shit. It's because I already had the game, whoa, and I platinumed it. And this is generally considered one of the hardest platinums on PS4. So it's basically going to be a 0.1% platinum post PS Plus, since I think maybe 10,000 people own the game prior to it being on PS Plus, so now it's going to be like 300,000 or 400,000 or something. So, yeah, and 16 people have the platinum according to PSN profiles, or 17, and I got it like November 11th. It took 2 weeks before somebody else got it. On like November 24th, and it was like a week before me and 2 weeks before that for the ones before that, so it's like very incremental progress. You can cheat the platinum with save files and stuff, which trophy hunters do that. I don't do that shit, so I just played it normally and I got it. It's totally doable. The game is difficult, but it's solvable, so that's what makes it compelling. I'm just gonna explain the game more or less over the course of this. I'll play Expert Iron Man, why not? Sure. 0 rewinds. And that's good. I'm pretty sure putting on level retries negates Iron Man, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna skip the opening cutscene, sorry. So if I have the commentary on every time I switch people,
Shalem is good at covering.
what's her face will just
Most people find
never shut the fuck up. Central, Olivia, whatever.
Derek was a promising young recruit in the PEIA.
So to avoid
in the
that, we just put on mute Central's commentary, hooray. So I could do this with a random group of stuff. Like just press random a whole shitload. I have everything unlocked, so see a lot of stuff on the right. It's amazing. Eventually I would get one that I like, but I'll probably just do it with the standard setup. So, since this is the console edition, you automatically get these 4 characters at the end here, you don't have to unlock them. This is the best character in the game, Olivia. She's like a younger version of Central. The reason why is the perk. If you see these perks right here, the leftmost perk is totally unique to each character. So, this is get power equal to KO damage done in melee. On lower difficulties, this means every time you knock out a guy with a normal Neuro Disruptor, you get 3 power, which is ridiculously overpowered. On higher difficulties, it's 2 power, which is still overpowered. And you can buff it up over the course of the game. So, always use Olivia, no matter what. If you want a good character. If you don't care, then just play random, I suppose. I actually got Seed Golem, that's the best starting set of powers in the game. So, we don't need to adjust these. So I guess I could talk about the other options, but the main 2 other options are Prism and Banks, just the vanilla versions of each character. Prism has this, which is another artificial way to get power, gain plus 1 power when a mainframe device is hacked. So every time you hack a thing, you get power back from doing so, so you basically have a recreation of power every time you use power. And in the case of Seed Golem, you don't even have to spend power, so you can generate it with nothing. But basically, Prism is the lottery pick when you find new agents in the game, because you have up to 4 agents. The other 2 are scripted, so they're guaranteed to be one of 2 characters, or one of these characters, but you're never going to be able to get a different character. You can't like fire one and then hope you get a different one. You're stuck with whatever 2 they give you randomly. But if you get Prism, which I've only got once, then you get lucky. I usually get Nika kind of sucks, and I get Sharp a lot as well. Sharp is pretty good. But the reason why I use Banks is because of this. Unlocks level 1 security doors without a password. This basically means you get more freedom of movement in the levels. So you see red locked doors, you can open them immediately, and you don't have to worry about having to knock out a guard or carry around the card and all that shit, which is really annoying inventory management wise. She also comes with a Paralyzer, which is very useful in the early game. At least in Expert. In Expert Plus, when you knock out guards, it raises the alarm level, so you don't want to knock them out. But in every other difficulty, you want to knock them out, usually. And there you go. So this is my starting team as per usual. I'll use Seed Golem, and I guess we'll explain that as we go along. I probably won't beat the game today unless the stream does crazy well. Because that would take like 6 hours. But after the fact, I'll put a bunch of links in the descriptions to videos I've already done. There'll be one for Expert Iron Man Endgame, and Expert Plus Endless, and stuff like that. Maybe I should not do Iron Man. Alright, we'll do once on Iron Man. If it fucks up, which is decent, there's a decent chance of it screwing up, then we'll go back. But 1 second, I can reset up really quickly. I always play with the contingency plan stuff unlocked. Oh, I screwed up. Whoops.
Operator,
I picked the wrong version of Banks, so I gotta reset. Sorry. We're gonna go 99 rewinds. The reason why is just so I can demonstrate why 99 rewinds is overpowered. But I'll pretend like it's Iron Man until necessary. I like Olivia on the left. That's just what I'm used to. And okay.
Operator, are you there? Good. I was afraid you didn't make it out. Headquarters is gone. Most of our agents have been captured or killed, and our accounts all frozen. I don't know how the corporations found us, but you can bet they won't give up now that they've had a taste of blood. The Jet's stealth rig should keep us hidden if we keep moving, but Incognita can't survive long on backup power. She's got 72 hours, tops. We need to mount a counterattack before then, or we'll be defenseless against their scam. If that happens, we may as well just crash this thing into the ocean. You've never seen the inside of a corporate deprogramming chamber. I won't see the inside of another. Incognita is scanning for targets of opportunity where we can replenish our supply.
Okay. Executive terminals. Yep.
Executive.
So every once in a while, the first mission will be 11 or 10 hours away instead of 12 hours. It's actually an advantage, but it's totally random whether that happens. I don't know why it does. It seems like it would always be 12 hours.
Executives are notoriously.
But if you do, then you get lucky and have more missions before you hit the threshold points. Since we have rewinds, I'll basically be guaranteed victory. Without rewinds, not so much. But the problem with Iron Man is if you don't get the extra agents immediately, then you don't have much chance of success. Every time I've played the game, I've won with a different build. So the builds, there are a million different ways to beat the game, basically. So you don't necessarily have to worry that your build won't work. You just have to deal with whatever hand you're given. Okay, neither character has hacking, so it doesn't matter which one hacks the terminal. And we want to split up the two characters so that they explore as much as possible. Since we have rewinds, there's other shit we can do to ensure we could get more exploration, but that's kind of robbing the spirit of the game, so I won't do that until necessary. Or if my build gets crazy overpowered over the course of the run. Okay, so here's a locked door. I would not be able to open this if we didn't have banks. So that's why I want banks. Since it's on expert, the guards can move between rooms. On easier difficulties, they cannot. That might just be beginner that they can't. But, I guess. Oh, I fucked up. You always want to use your power with Seed Golem because you get a free usage every turn. So now it costs 4, but at the start of the next turn it will cost 0 again. You basically have one thing that has 4 less power, so you just want to use it every single turn no matter what. In the early game you kind of want to explore everything, just to figure out where you want to go. Obviously here's a camera, so we don't want to walk in front of the camera. But I can just take it, and there we go. No more camera. Hooray. There should be 3 guards. On Expert Plus, I believe there's 4 guards on the first level, which is quite difficult to deal with. Expert Plus Iron Man is the closest thing to random you're going to get. If you want like an XCOM style where the game is not determined by your skill but instead by luck, then that's what you play, I guess. But every other level you can win if you play well enough. Okay. It looks like this is the only guard over here, but I'm not sure. The main 2 objectives right now are find the executive terminals and to find the exit. That's all we have to do. So here's the exit. We know where that is. That's good. So we never have to come this direction until we leave. I'm pretty sure it's not possible for guards to see us right here, but we might as well close the door anyway. And we have another free hack, so might as well do that. And let's see here. It's probably going to be difficult for me to continuously commentate, but I'll try my best. I do know the game extremely well, but some things will just seem disinteresting to me inherently, having done them so many times, I guess. It took about 65 hours to get the platinum. I imagine if you cheated and used backed up saves, you could probably do it in like 45 or so. There's nothing down here. Okay. There aren't that many dead-end rooms like this, but they do happen. Mostly they just waste your time. As the security level ticks up every turn, obviously, the game gets more difficult. You generally want to beat the level before you get to security level 2, except later in the game it doesn't matter as much. But early on, I believe security level 3 will spawn an extra guard, which is always a pain in the ass. They will always spawn out of these elevators right here. There's always 2 on the level. In this case, they're right next to each other, so you don't really have to worry about them. You always want to check the nanofabricators for good items. So let's see if there's anything good here. There's not. Predictive brawling is pretty good. What this does is every time you knock out a guard, it gives you 6 AP. This also works on ambush. So if you set up a guy to ambush a character, on the next turn you will have 18 or 14 AP instead of 8 in this case. You can get more AP over the course of the game, but basically you have plus 6 AP at the start of your turn, which is 6 move points. So that's obviously good. It's probably worth buying. EMP is pretty good in the early game, but you need hacking 2, and I'm not going to get hacking 2 for a while, so it's not really actively useful for me. Accelerator chip kind of sucks, but you tend to get it for free a lot. And every merchant always has a charge pack and med gel. Since we have rewinds on, we don't need med gel at all, and Iron Man med gel is fairly important. I'm not going to use rewinds if I don't have to, though. Charge pack, not useful until the very good late game, usually. There are guns in the game that have like 5 armor piercing on them and 4 armor piercing on them, for those who want a bunch of charge packs, and that's how I won one of my runs. But sure, let's get predictive brawling. It's probably better to put it on Olivia because she's the one I want to attack with more often. So we're just gonna sit on it for now. Okay, I'm gonna go this way because it's very unlikely that there's something in this direction. And this is just because I understand how the map layouts work. It's hard to explain easily other than saying I've done this a bunch of times, so that makes it easier to tell. Maybe there was something over there actually. So we can use power to get power, but it's only 1 power, so I'm just gonna say screw it. We're not gonna care about this room right here. It's totally useless. Okay.
Alarm level 1. Additional cameras activated.
There's more cameras on right now. It's mostly these 2 right here, but We'll see if more crop up. And next turn I'll give the augment to Olivia, and I might wind up using it. We'll see. I don't really use sprint very often. You can sprint. I'm not sure how it affects guards or not. But it doesn't seem like sprinting is all that useful most of the time. But if there's a weakness in my game, it's not sprinting.
Augment installed.
Just another one of these rooms? What the hell? This one has 2 power, it would be a little bit more useful. But I doubt we actually need any power whatsoever since we have seed. That negates the need to use power. Olivia also starts with Crybaby. I use it like every once in a blue moon. It's not a very good ability. And all of the guards are on this side of the level, which is kind of annoying. This is not noticed, okay. There's another guard that's going to be looking directly at this guy. You can tell because of how this cone is not entirely red. That means there's a guard back there. Both of these starting characters have Anarchy, and that means you can just steal, so you don't actually have to knock out anybody if you don't want to. It's always worth knocking out every guard on the level. Alright, so we installed Predictive Brawling. What that means is, upon knocking this guy out, it'll say +2 power, and then Predictive Brawling, so now I have 6 more AP on this character. And that guy actually noticed, which is, like, mildly annoying. But we can just set up Banks right here, and she'll deal with it. I don't have to drag this guy out of the way, but it just makes this result more guaranteed, more or less. So there'll be a guard coming up here. Hopefully he's close enough to get here, and then we'll knock him out. Hooray. And I might as well pin the guard. If you sit on top of guards, their KO timer doesn't go down, as I was saying. And that makes it easier to control when they wake up. A big part of the game is just having your shitty characters sit on guards. At least when you're on lower difficulties. When you're on Expert Plus, you just want to never knock out guards, except for when it's absolutely necessary. But hey, look, I was right, there's nothing in this corner. How did I know that? Amazing. Okay. Alright, I'm actually going to retread my steps here. And this is a risk, but since we have Rewind Zone, it's not really actually a risk. Because a guard could walk through this door and then be like, hey, who are you?
There's the executive terminal.
Okay.
I bet they're writing gripping TPS reports on that.
So, here's why rewinds are broken, if you were curious. Just bam. We know not to... move her into that position. In Iron Man, obviously, having done that, it would have probably had Olivia get shot, so I would have to go buy a med gel to revive her. Or more likely, since this is just the first level, I would just reset the run. Which is totally fine.
The executive terminal is the large device with the simplified controls. There.
Okay, so this guy has one more turn to wake up, but if I sit on him, he will never wake up. However, we can also do this. So I'm holding on to one guard, and he's incapacitated as a result, and the other guy's counter also doesn't go down. So I can knock out 2 guards with 1 character, effectively. Or keep them knocked out, as it were. I can't actually move anywhere, I don't think. Nope, I have to wait a turn for my weapon to get off cooldown. I believe this is just increased firewalls. We probably should have used the firewall breaker there, but whatever. It's a minor mistake, not a significant one. I'm pretty sure there can only be 3 guards on the first level on expert. So this is the last guy we have to deal with. He'll walk through this door, as we know. I'll get 6 more AP and I can walk up here and grab the thingy. And then all was well with the world. Okay, there's nothing in that room. So it means we've gotten every safe. There's usually 4 safes on early levels, sometimes 5 or 6 on later levels. And we got this. Hooray.
You've got it. Great. When you activated that terminal,
This guy is
send out
guaranteed
an
to wake up.
automated
There's
message
nothing
to
I can
change
do
up the guard
about it.
duty. Be prepared for new patrol patterns.
I mean, there's one thing I could do about it, but it doesn't work to my advantage. So we just have to worry about what direction he wakes up. Okay, this room has a lot of weird cover in it. This is always the executive terminals room. Well, there's one other version, but this is the most common version right here. It always has this general decor though.
Oh, what happened?
Okay, he's staring at the terminal right there, so we just walk past, knock him out again. Which does give us more power, by the way. It even gives you power if you use an attack on a corpse, so that's another thing you can do. And we'll re-knock out this guy just so he stays knocked out for the duration. And I'm victorious. If I hadn't taken that risk, then we would have done this with no rewinds, but you get the idea. The early game is the only part that's a little bit random in Iron Man. But the reason why it's random is not necessarily because of that risk. That was something I was aware of going in. So that's just a decision on my part. So there's no problem there. But once this mission's over, I'll talk about why it's a little bit random. And since the guard elevators are over here, we're guaranteed to make it to the exit. There's nothing that would prevent me from winning this level.
That contactless will prove invaluable when planning our next move. Excellent work.
Alright, one thing you want to do on this screen the first time is don't spend any credits, go to mission select first.
I've reared.
And
Thank you, monster.
Kapow monster shows up, then you go back to the upgrade screen. And oops. Now you can buy something if it's worth buying. Camera caster, not really, so. Alright. Since I have 1,000 credits, I can get a speed upgrade on both characters, which I will do. This does diminish my buying power on the following mission, though, so that's something to be concerned about. I might as well keep the Crybaby. I'm not really going to use it. I'm just going to sell it eventually for like 150 credits. Alright, so the reason why it's random is because you're not guaranteed to get a detention center. It's important to get detention centers because they give you more characters. The more characters you have, the easier it is to deal with multiple cards. The other thing to talk about here is the different corporations. Of course, all of these are in plastic, and this one's in Senkaku. For whatever reason, Senkaku includes New Zealand and like all of Asia. Australia is part of KNO, so I don't know why there's a split there, but whatever. Some obscure lore reason that no one ever explained. Senkaku are bots though, so since we have Seed Golem, that means we'll be able to deal with them a lot. There'll be a lot of camera drones and combat drones and stuff like that instead of guards. It also means there will be less loot here, because the guards always drop stuff, but the drones usually don't until they're very, very high level. Higher level than we will even see in the course of the main campaign. You only see those in Endless. What else? Executive terminals is what we just did, so if I didn't get this, I would just do executive terminals and try to get a detention center again. Security dispatch is good because it can give you a very high level thing, and a vault is pretty good. We don't have a key card, so it won't be as good as it could be. But you're still going to get like 1,500 credits from this approximately. But let's go do the detention center. I could do the executive terminals first, which might be technically a little bit smarter, but I'll prioritize the detention center personally.
Detention centers hold...
I believe the first detention center is guaranteed to have a guy, so we're guaranteed to get a third party member here. If you do another detention center right after the one where you get the third guy, then it'll give you just a generic dude that you can't use. But if you space it out into every other, you will get it. And usually when you do detention centers, it just works out that way anyway. So you can get up to 4 players. But you can randomly not have a detention center, and that will pretty much kill your Iron Man run right there, because you won't have the third character early on. Okay. There's only one door, so... And our characters have 9 AP now instead of 8, so I have 1 more space to move. And there's no camera in here, so we'll just hack this. This has a demon on it. Oh, I can hack the Ibaka drone. Let's see what he's doing. Oh, that was stupid. Okay. Can I see it from here? No. No. It's because the observer icon looks like it's above the drone, but it's actually attached to the door. That's just a problem with the game sometimes. Okay, I don't think there's any reason to hack the drone this turn. I can hack it on the following turn. This has a demon on it. If it's like a really shitty demon, then I will just use a rewind to negate it. That is a really shitty demon, okay. Paradox negates hacking, so I couldn't hack anything for 3 turns if I did that. And there you go, all is well. And Iron Man, obviously not a solution, so I would just have to suck it up and deal with it, or avoid the demon. If I was super scared, this is early game, I wouldn't be that scared. Paradox isn't necessarily that bad in the early game. It's very horrible in the late game. Okay, there's the other guard. You could hear his footsteps earlier. Alright, secondary server is useful, but we don't have any money, so it's not going to be that useful. Since we can take this drone, we can just send him through this door. And can also kill a camera if I want to. The problem with shooting a camera is that there's sound bugs everywhere. That's fairly common in Senkaku. So it'll raise the alarm level by like 4 or something, instead of not raising it at all. So it's probably not smart to do that. Okay. Let's see here. I should be able to retread. Yep. Okay. That was just to see what's in this corner. That's a bad move. Yep. Alright, let's see what happens. The joy of rewinds is I don't have to worry about it. He's just gonna turn around and see my guy, I think.
What was that?
Okay, so I could have... rewinded there, but it's unnecessary. I could just knock this guy out. And steal his shit. And then knock him out for even longer. Hooray. Doesn't seem to be any guards around here, so that's fine. Since this drone is down like this, it'll have some power on it. So might as well take that. And since he's facing that direction, it should be safe right here. I would also be safe in this corner. That might be smarter. Pretty sure this will work. We'll see. Some vague chance it will not. I would be surprised though. Yep. Okay, we would have been safe. You can tell by the yellow square. But I could just continuously hack this drone over and over. So I don't have to worry about it. Okay. Alright. So if I was in here with Olivia, I could not progress. Well, I could progress this way if I wanted to. But since I'm here with Banks, I can unlock both doors whenever I feel like it. This one right here will spawn a demon. It only does it once a turn. In some cases this is actually beneficial for you, which we'll get into later. But this isn't like the worst wall. Some of the walls are completely impassable. We already know where the power supply is. It's down in this corner right here if I want to negate that wall. But I will just open this door and go this way instead. Oh, that's the script.
Did you see that?
Oh, this is actually the exit right here.
An agent
Or not the
currently
exit.
logged as MIA.
This is where the agent is.
They would be an incredible asset if you can get them back on the team.
This is the young version of Monster, also known as Derek. He's actually not a very good character. He is one of the first characters I wound up using on my first run through the game. But, he's whatever. He does have 2 hacking skill though, which is kind of useful. And I have no way to get in this room without getting seen. So I would just get shot if I tried to get in here. So I'm stuck where I am for 2 turns because this guy is not close enough to get all the way over here. He might be close enough. I think he's just barely out of range, but we might get lucky. Since it's a detention center, there's 1 more human guard than there would be normally. That guy is always there in a detention center, no matter what. He's not always going to be staring at the door, though. And I was right, he didn't make it far enough, so Olivia's just going to keep sitting where she is. Okay. How much power is on this? 3. I probably don't need 3 power. That was a bad accident, sorry.
We can work with that.
Oh well. So I just did that to negate the security beam up here. Oh, there's another camera. I guess it was kind of a null decision then. Whatever. She will retain her ambush stance as long as I leave her there. There's no big deal on that front. And the reason why I'm going over here is just to be thorough. There might be a safe over here that I can open. And any number of other things. I do have to take this drone. For camera drones, you get them for 2 turns. There's a perk in the game. Not a perk, but something you can get in the game, another program that will extend drone time for 1 turn, and that's very, very good for quite a few reasons. This is a null drone. It prevents hacking in its radius, so I can't hack this safe while this drone is over here. It's actually kind of a pain in the ass. But he will probably patrol out of this room unless he's stationary. Might as well check out this room. Okay, this guy is stationary, I'm sure. And his patrol route will never change because of how the alarm levels work right now. Later in the game, that changes. As previously mentioned, since I knocked this guy out on the turn with an ambush, Olivia now has 15 AP because of predictive brawling. And might as well open this. And now I have Derek. Hooray. Derek has a personal teleporter. It's a very interesting item, but I've never really found a use for it. Basically you throw it down, and then later in the mission you can use his perk or ability to teleport to it, and it costs a bunch of power. Which is theoretically pretty useful, but there just aren't very many situations where you could find a use for it, unless Derek was like your super buffed up crazy guy, your best agent, then maybe it would be more useful. But usually Derek is just your hacking guy, so you just buff up his hacking and nothing else, and all he does is look for terminals for the whole mission, so it's like whatever. Did we find the exit yet? No. Ooh, okay. So that means the exit is up here somewhere. It's almost certainly this direction. There's nothing in here, okay. Want to put this guy out of range so the drone doesn't see him. Not the drone, the guard doesn't see him when he wakes up. If I put him right here, he won't see anything when he wakes up. Okay. Usually it doesn't take that long to navigate to one device, but sometimes they're all stacked up like that. Alright. And there's a safe open down here, might as well go open that. Okay, that's not dangerous for me, so sure. I can use Derek to hack this console instead. It will give me 1 extra power, but it's probably not worth the time it would take to position him over there. So I'll just sit on this guard for another turn and start opening some safes. Hooray. So for whatever arbitrary reason, the guards magically know when a door closes or opens that it wasn't opened by a drone. Somehow. If I had opened this with the drone, then he wouldn't have said, "Hey, what was that?" But since I opened it, it magically lures him over. Which is actually good, since that's what I wanted to happen. So that I can knock him out and take a shit. So, hooray. Some amount of debate here whether I want to leave this guard here. But it's only 5 spaces, so it's probably not so big of a deal. I'm gonna bypass this terminal down here so we won't check the secondary server terminal. It's more important to check the nanofabs because nanofab items can be completely broken. Secondary server stuff is good, but not necessarily game breaking. Okay, I might as well hack this, even though it's got a demon on it. It's kinda shitty. Yeah. But, oh well. I'll get over it. We're gonna have to pop this one right here that's gonna advance the alarm tracker and send a guard over here. Okay, but it's sending the Ibaka drone. I can just hack the Ibaka drone. And negate. There's so many fucking things all stacked up that keeps happening. It's very aggravating. I could use the zoom function, that might help, I don't know. But we're already zoomed in pretty far anyway. The guards have armor now, but I'm pretty sure every guard is knocked out or in a position where it doesn't matter, so I don't really care. I'll talk about armor later. Okay, the exit is guaranteed to be in here. I just know because of how this level is laid out. So we're very close to being able to leave. Hooray. Not enough AP? Yeah. Okay. This guy might be seen. There's some potential. I find that unlikely though. Yeah, we do have a med gel as backup anyway. I could have moved Banks 2 squares. He did get seen. Okay, that's just shitty luck. Not much you can do about it. I have to hack this camera, drone, so that I can move.
Damn it, they got away. What was that? Investigating.
Okay, let's just go over this. Titanium rods is okay if I use this with Olivia, which I can't because she already used an augment slot. Then she would get 3 power from each kill instead of 2. Not kill, but KO. Which is good, but it's not as good as armor piercing. Generally speaking, it's not good enough. Neural Disruptor 2 is good because it has armor piercing 1, and I have no way to do armor piercing right now. Since it's on expert, I will probably buy this. Stim 2 is extremely good, but I don't have anybody who has speed 3 yet. Ventricular Alliance is also armor piercing, but a little bit more flexible. But this is an easy purchase of the Neural 2. Hooray. Alright, this is gonna get a little bit dicey, but I should be able to make it out alive. If not, I'll do a couple of rewinds and fix.
Alarm level 3. Additional guard controls.
Fix the problem.
Investigating.
Okay, looks like it's not actually doable. No, it still is. Well, maybe. This is kind of an absurd risk. I'm pretty sure this drone cannot actually shoot, if I'm not mistaken. The null drone cannot, so we don't have to worry about him.
What was that?
Investigating.
Okay, it looks like this guy is staring directly at the safe, so he should not be able to shoot me. If I'm wrong, then I'll just rewind. Okay, now he can see me. Anyway. Where is she? She's right here, okay. Because of the null zone, I can't hack this drone.
Hey, investigating.
That's the problem. That doesn't make any sense. He just shot me through a fucking safe.
You know how much time and money has
Okay,
gone into that
congrats.
agent's training. I won't have you wasting company resources that way.
Pretty sure that's not how line of sight works and all that jazz. I don't think you can shoot directly through a hard metal object. But okay. Sure thing, game. So we need to go back to before I pop the authority alarm demon. And then the level will go smoothly again. Okay, it's that safe up there that has it, so just don't pop that, and there's no issues. You can also take this drone for convenience.
Alarm level 2. Firewalls increased. Data security enhanced.
I'm gonna use the Abake to kill this drone. That'll set off a couple of sound bugs. And advance the alarm tracker a bunch. But in turn, this drone can stop annoying the shit out of me. And I'll be happy. Hooray.
Warning.
I know from last time that if I move up there, the guard will see me, so I'll be a little bit more patient about it this time. And the last one out should be the one that grabs this, so I don't want to touch that right now. You can pin drones, at least the non-heavy drones, by sitting on them, same as guards. Don't ask me why that works, it doesn't make any sense, but it works, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Looking around.
Alarm level 3. Additional guard patrols. Evasion recommended.
And we should be good to go. Wish to complete. Right.
What was that? Investigating.
I do seem to get Derek a lot, I don't know why. Game just likes giving me him. But alright, now we have 3 agents instead of just 2.
I'm grateful to have more boots on the ground.
I believe we're going to be advancing to the second day, so there will be more things popping up. And he has nothing to upgrade, okay. I could upgrade Derek's speed, but that's really unnecessary because the only thing I'm going to upgrade of his is hacking, at least to start with. You generally want your first 2 characters to become super powerful. Or powerful is a nebulous term in this case, but super effective, how's that? We can sell a Crybaby and get more speed on like Olivia or Banks if we wanted to. Also I should give General 2 to Olivia. And give General 1 to Derek. There we go. And might as well give the med gel to Derek as well. We can sell his teleporter, there's no way to get another one. But I usually don't wind up selling it. It's worth like 150 credits, which is okay at this point in the game.
I think we're getting somewhere. Monster.
You guys are good at...
What we do?
Well,
One that could hope.
right.
Enough to wipe the...
Huh. But that's jumping it. They're still looking for you.
And then we can... Well then.
Okay, I did not get a another detention center. Of course, I wouldn't want to immediately do the detention center if I had gotten one. Because it might not have another crew member, basically. Okay, so time is something that's useful to pay attention to. Since we have 48 hours, it's probably best to do this one and then, or to do this one because it gives us a key card, and then do this one because it would be short travel time and very profitable. But I'm going to play things safe and go for the executive terminals, and then try to get more agents that way. It's leveled up to 3, that means there will probably be armored guards. But since I have armor piercing from the Neural Disruptor 2, that shouldn't matter. I don't think there'll be level 2 armor guards or anything. Plastek generally just has guards that do special things. That's their gimmick. Okay, so since Derek has hacking +1, he will get more power from terminals. You can see 1 power plus 1 bonus. The text is very, very tiny on the console edition of this game. It's also pretty tiny on PC, as far as I know. But you get used to it more or less. It does matter for some other things, like there's some shit you just can't see. For instance. Okay, we got unlucky here. I can't do anything on the first turn because this guy's staring directly at the opening door. Sometimes that happens. There doesn't seem to be anything you can do about it. There are items later in the game, like Cloak, that I could get and just ignore this problem, but since I don't have Cloak, we're stuck right here. He might also take 2 turns to get over here. If we get lucky, then he'll take 1. So that might have screwed us out of 2 turns. So this is a little bit of bad RNG. There is some amount of RNG in the game, but not very much. Okay. It only screwed 1 turn, so it's not that big a deal. And Olivia gets a whole bunch of AP this turn, so that kind of compensates. Alright. So I suppose she should go down to this for our door, because nobody else can get there efficiently. Alright, it's important to make note of this camera, and whenever we get to alarm level 1, that will become relevant. Okay, there's just a safe down here. I guess Olivia's gonna be the one that cracks the safe. Hopefully there's not an armored guard nearby. Armored guard. Did I just say GAR? G-A-R? I don't know why. GAR.
Did you see that?
Another one? In this case it's not unlucky, it's just kind of efficient that we get to knock this guy out quickly. I think I might as well sit on this guy for a turn. But I'm gonna make the less safe play and go over here instead. I imagine there will be 4 guards in this complex as an executive terminals. Depending on the mission type, there will be more or less guards. Executive terminals is not one of the super high security ones. Okay, if I put Banks right here, it gives her 1 more movement point on the following turns. It's just a minor improvisation. And I might as well use the hacking from Seed, because it gives us free power. Okay. No, that's a little bit tough. Okay. I think I am gonna have to crack that no matter what. The camera is the most important thing right now. Okay, let's check this out. Alright, so these are terminals. They give you more shit to use your power on, basically. Taurus is pretty good. It's a demon negator. Anything that negates demons are useful. Lightning is one I've never had in KO's tag cards, but you have to have a way to tag them. And it costs a shitload of power. If you have a ton of power generation, this is probably a good ability. But it ignores armor as well, that's worth noting. But it seems like the number of programs you have is limited on each run, so sometimes there will just be different programs than you've ever seen before. In the same way that you have like a limited pool of items in the Binding of Isaac, same concept here, except I think that the general item pool, like all the equipment you get, stays the same, but in the case of programs, there seem to be new ones every now and then, and Lightning was one of those. I have seen it recently. I've never used it because the process of tagging a guard is laborious, so it's not really something that would be functionally useful. Is Taurus worth having is a question. I guess since I have no other programs, it's probably worth it. Depends how scared we are of demons. With rewinds, demons are less scary. If this was on Iron Man, I would definitely take it. Might as well take it a little bit. Why not? It's only 400 credits. So now that we have that, I can just toss this demon somewhere else. Yep, so we now know there's something over there, which we didn't necessarily know before. And whenever I pop open this safe, it won't pop a demon. It also means I don't have to hack the demon database necessarily. Another locked door up here. Okay. I have to do this first. It's bad. Okay. Okay, there's a shitload of terminals in here, so it's definitely worth hacking this drone. Now I just move them up there, find out what's up there. It looks like this guy is going to be on a patrol route of some kind. Whoa. That's weird. Okay, I've never seen 3 safes all lined up like this in a cul-de-sac. So, who knows why that happened exactly. But it does mean we're basically going to have to come in this room eventually, if we want to optimize the level. Because the most important secondary direct objective is to open every safe on a level and to loot every guard, just so you get as many credits as possible. Alright, Derek's gonna be busy, so we just take this power right now. Also, his hacking stat isn't crazy, so the amount of value we get isn't necessarily that great anyway. Huh, this level is bigger than I expected it to be, but on the bright side, we know the exit is probably adjacent to this room. Wait, what? Watched by what? Is there another camera? I don't understand. Oh, there's a camera right there. I just couldn't see it. Okay. I'm blind, apparently. We're gonna have to use a little bit of extra power. I guess we have enough. Maybe. If I screw this up, I'll rewind. I think we're okay then. Okay, I'm pretty sure he's not going to see me if I sit right here. And then I'll be able to get to this terminal on the following turn. If he sees me, I'll just rewind, so no problem. And I can also pop this safe, which means Olivia is back in business. And we get 430 credits out of it, so more than refunded the cost of the demon mover, which of course we have for the rest of the game, unless I decide to get rid of it.
Warning.
Okay. It's probably worth checking this immediately. Might as well do that on the following turn. Yep, so even though it looked like he looked directly at where my guy was, doesn't matter because cover works in all directions. It doesn't want to let me move here. I don't know why. I can move over it, I just can't move directly on top of it. No, there it goes. Okay. Alright. Distributed processing is very good. Paralyzer 3 is pretty good, but you need Anarchy 4. Portable Server 3 is one of the best things in the game. It's also very expensive, 1500 credits, which I don't have, and will probably not get. And it also needs Hacking 4, which I'm very far away from. So we'll just take distributed processing and move on, and we'll immediately put it in banks. Well, we could give it to the other guy since he's more likely to be the immobile, useless character. Fine. Distributed processing gives you a 50% chance to gain 1 power point each turn, so it's just free power more or less. It does the same thing that Portable Server 1 does, except you don't have to move. I believe this is the exit room right here, which means we're going to have to knock out a level 1 guard to get to the exit. If I look at this, like if I observe the room, I will not have enough AP to retreat. So the only reason to do that would be if I wanted to rewind. So I would just check the room and then rewind and then realize I don't have to go that direction yet. So the last thing we have to check is up here, which this will be the executive terminal room up here because there's just too many rooms in this location.
Looking around. Yeah, nothing here.
Alarm level 1. Additional cameras activated. Well synchronized.
Alright, let's see what we can do. I can move to this corner. I can't move this way because he'll see me and shoot me. We have to take this camera because I have no way to get Olivia to a safe location. If I wanted to rewind the whole level, I would just not come down here and take the save, even though I'd be losing a bunch of credits for doing so. But it would be much safer. No pun intended. And that's about it. I think I can move up directly next to this guy. Yep, so we can steal from him. I'm gonna be knocking out this guy later in the level. But we can peek and verify that this is the exit, which it is. Checking. And that was a bad move, I should have gone behind cover over here. But it doesn't actually matter that much. Okay. What do I want to do with Derek? Probably put him over here. He can't steal from this guy because he doesn't have Anarchy.
Looking around.
Oh, what happened?
I'm pretty sure she can get down here. Yep. So I can access code again.
Investigating.
The guy I knocked out on turn 2 is finally awake. We could just use Derek to knock him out if we want. Which is probably fine. Yeah, I don't have to knock out the guy up there until later.
Hey, investigating.
And she has to come up here to knock out the other guy in a turn or so. So I might as well do that. Okay. Her paralyzer is 1 turn off cooldown, so I might as well just sit here for a second. And that gave us more AP as well as more power, as previously discussed. He'll be out for 2 turns, so should have plenty of time to get back down there. Question is, will I have enough power to hack both of these saves? I'm pretty sure I will. Maybe I should just sit on that guy. That's probably a good idea. Okay, Banks is going to be stationary for a turn. On the following turn. And Derek is not really doing anything, so I might as well set this guy. Okay. Ah, that's unlucky. This camera drone is guaranteed to see me no matter what I do. And I don't have any power to hack it. And this guy is going to wake up. More importantly. So this looks like it's going to be a rewind situation because this guy is going to corner me. When he wakes up, the camera drone will see me. I might have a solution actually. If I sit right here, that might work. Because he probably can't make it that far. Or at the very least, this guy can't shoot me in that time period. Yep, that's my best guess. Even though they're usually in a dazed state when they first wake up, if something else is directly looking at you in their line of sight, they will just turn around and prep alarm, whatever. So, this is still gonna take a while, but like I'm still not gonna be able to move Banks over here. But apart from that, it's not the end of the world.
was that? Stop there!
I don't understand what made that guy move. Fine.
Additional power cartridges.
I mean, I guess what made it move is seeing the corpse over here. Okay. Is there a way to do this? There is, but I have to rewind again. So that's fine. Since she's stuck up there anyway, I might as well just hack this camera and start moving in with Banks. Instead of opening the safe. What the fuck? That's just shit luck. Nothing I could do about that. I mean, I could have been safe about it. Basically. But we're in such a shitty situation on this level. This is basically like the worst luck you could possibly get at this level. This is a very, very early game mission. It should be so fucking gigantic. There should be cameras at the worst possible locations and all that shit. Sometimes you get shit luck, it happens. Both of these cameras have seen me, so I'm pretty sure they can't pop alarms again. No, apparently they can. I don't know why.
The executive terminal is
But
the
whatever.
large device
I
with
want to get down
simplified
here
controls.
just so I can
There.
finish the mission. And I don't have enough power to deal with the cameras, so it doesn't even matter that they exist, whatever. Okay. All the guards are out, so nothing is particularly scary at present.
What happened?
Except for the guard at the exit, of course. Alright.
Damn it, they got away.
I'm just gonna knock this guy out here again. That did advance the security meter, but probably won't wind up mattering. And unfortunately, we will finally have power generation. Yeah, it's about as shitty as you could get. A hallway with double camera leading into the objective, the only way to get there. And the exit is on the far side of that with a laser grid in the way. Hooray. Super unlucky. And I was talking about how the game is not very RNG intensive. Just every once in a while I get shitty level.
Alarm level 3. Additional guard controls.
Okay, he's stuck behind a wall, so I don't have to worry about him. I think I have to pop this as soon as possible, so I have to use the power on that. Pretty sure Paradox doesn't matter that much, because there's nothing I can hack anyway. We want a detention center.
Good
Okay.
job. You've got the site list. They noticed you poking about and have changed up their patrols. Be careful on your way
I
out.
think I'm just gonna install distributed processing on Banks.
Augment insert.
It's potentially useful and it gives her more AP. Since she's over encumbered otherwise. Yeah, I'll just walk directly past this asshole.
Damn it, they got away.
There's pretty much nothing I can do about these cameras. Also, Paradox is bracked anyway. Yep. Okay, rewind.
Damn it, an agent has been compromised.
I could have closed that door so this was preventable. But no, I just do that, no longer an issue.
Stop there! Damn it, they got away.
Taking out this door. Looking around.
Alarm level 3. Additional guard patrols.
Apparently the security guard is totally
Stay out
random.
of their way.
Which location he places in, because the last time he was up here, which is much better for me. But, oh well, not what you do about that.
What was that? Stop there!
Okay, we have to
We don't leave agents in the field.
leave the guy in the other position. So that Olivia can safely make it out. The game is procedurally less random over the course of it, as your characters get more abilities and so on. But if you get a really shitty missions like this one, in the early game there's not much you can do about it, I would probably just reset this run if I was playing Iron Man.
Intruder! Damn it, they got away.
Augment installed.
This getting the air. Hey, you okay?
Alarm level 3. Additional guard patrols. Stay out of their way.
What was that? Investigating. Hey, investigating.
Okay, I can make it out with these two. The rest of this is just going to be a matter of gradually hacking the rest of the ship. And then walking up here with Banks through the exit. Okay, this is going to take a while, but it will be doable. We know that has Paradox on it, right? So might not want to proc it immediately.
What?
Wait, what? Who the hell sees it? I have no idea. Okay, he's coming this way. She can't do anything until the following turn. Unless I can get right there. No, that wouldn't work. Okay.
Looking around.
Oh, what happened? Hey, did you see that?
Investigating the area.
Investigating.
Alright, these two we can kind of just stick up here. Do some prodigious dragging. Hopefully that these two dumbasses don't come through this door. If they do, we just rewind. And I can keep taking on this shit. We do, with this strategy, I will eventually take this safe as well. If I had installed distributed processing earlier in banks, then we would probably have like 7 more power.
Looking around.
So that would be useful. And they're both going in random directions, so it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna leave with my 2 agents up here. And that's just so I'm flexible. Or so I can keep these 2 guards incapacitated and be a little bit flexible if these 2 dumbasses happen to randomly wander into here. Which could happen. Okay, that's like the worst possible demon. Okay, then I will rewind. So we don't have to deal with that shit. There's like a 10% chance whenever you pop a demon that you can get it reversed, and it's random when that happens, or like it's seeded to be random. In much the same way randomness works in XCOM or any other game. Any other tactical RPG, I should say.
Investigating the area.
We're checking things out.
Okay, so 1 extra guard is going to spawn on the next alarm level.
What's around here? Investigating.
Alarm level 4.
And he spotted the shitty spot again. It's unlucky.
Stay out of their way.
But I could just hang out, doesn't really matter. The thing with big rooms like these is it takes forever for guards to explore them, so they're super safe. If your character has to lay low on them for a while. We got 2 more things to hack, and then we'll be done with that part of it. Assuming the camera drone doesn't randomly wander into an annoying position.
Looking around.
Must be imagining things.
2 guards will spawn at level 5, but Banks should be on the way out by then.
Looking around. Investigating area.
Looking around.
Investigating.
Still got the detention center.
You've got it. Great. When you activated that terminal, it sent out an automated message to change up the guard duty. Be prepared for new patrol patterns.
New patrol patterns don't really matter since all the guards are already off on weird patterns anyway.
Area. Investigating.
And they're about to spawn a bunch of enforcers. If we get lucky, then only one will spawn at the elevator next to me. And we get unlucky. Hooray.
They will be your death.
What was that? Investigating.
That should be safe. Right here. Is it safe to get to the safe? Safe. I'm not sure. See, we got the power of rewind, so should be fine no matter what happens.
Investigating the area.
Nope.
Looking around.
Alright, that's the spirit. So finally, some tiny little amount of luck, this guy decided to go to the right instead of the left. So Banks can make her way out. Hooray. He might randomly turn around though. Even if it seems like a patrol is headed one direction, they can easily turn around for no apparent reason. Somehow that guy didn't see Banks. Okay. This guy neither. Okay. It's probably a lot safer to just close this door. We could that's bullshit. Observe, waste 1 AP, so Banks won't be able to get as far away.
Stop! Hey, investigating. What was that? Investigating.
Okay.
Hey, investigating. Investigating the area.
Breaching a dislocation.
Looking around.
Okay, so despite an incredible amount of bullshit,
Investigating.
finally up here. And she can get on the elevator right now. Okay. Huzzah. Obviously with Iron Man, this, at this point in the game, this is virtually impossible level. Later on, it wouldn't be too bad. Because I would have 1,000 different ways to deal with the guards or what have you, or explore the level faster. But yeah, that's about as unlucky as it could possibly get.
Excellent
Still quite
work,
doable with
operator.
99
Now to
rounds.
sift through the data and find the juiciest targets.
Alright, I'm gonna go get the final recruit. Might as well get speed on Olivia.
Pattern resolution at
Now we're getting somewhere.
Incognito was,
Funny.
and you've never.
I guess we'll have a...
We got 2 detention centers actually. Obviously you take the one that's closer so you don't waste too many hours. I did kind of want to get to the halfway point, but that's probably going to take another like 3 hours or something. Not 3 hours, but 3 hours to do all the missions, plus the halfway mission. And then I could explain how that is. The halfway mission and the final mission are sort of billed as super difficult, but the halfway mission especially has a ton of super scripted ways that they build the areas, so you're always safe if you play it a certain way, basically, no matter what. And the final mission can be a little bit more random, but I've only had one really shitty one, and that was on beginner. I've beaten the game on every difficulty, so I've beaten it on beginner, on normal, on expert, those were all Iron Man, and on expert plus when I started playing with rewinds, and endless plus and endless to the required trophy levels, which are 20 days and 5 days respectively. And time attack, I guess. Time attack was pretty fun, but very easy. Plastic Detention Center. So, the final mission can be scary, depending on luck, but usually it's totally fine. And the halfway mission is usually pretty easy. It's very hard the first time you do it because you don't know what the hell's going on. But once you know how to do it, it's pretty damn easy. Okay. Plastic Detention Center.
This is a private corporate prison.
transport lock acquired. Do not waste my calculations.
This one is level 2, so the firewalls will be a little bit lower. And I believe it's guaranteed to be another party member, but if it isn't, then we could just go to the other detention center. So this will be either the last or the second to last mission I do today. I think the stream did pretty well though, so I might as well continue this run afterward. Okay. This is a very lucky camera drone spot for the first turn, but it can't quite get to a door, so it's not as lucky as I thought it was originally. But basically we know this room is totally useless. Might as well knock out this guy. Right? Alright. This guy has cyber consciousness, so I'm gonna hack this nanofab before that. And also this camera. Using up all my power, but we'll be okay. Cyber consciousness just means there'll be an extra demon when you knock him out. We could not knock him out, he might just be stationary. But, oh well. It's good for me to knock him out, so I'll do it. Okay, here's a tag pistol for tagging. Only useful with very niche builds, so generally not very useful. Well, who knows? Maybe somebody could find a use for a tag pistol. Shock Trap 2 is really good because it ignores armor. This one doesn't have AoE. Shock Trap 3 has AoE, which makes it super powerful. Flashback also ignores armor, but it has like super long cooldown, 12 turns. It's a very good item, but it's a little bit too expensive for right now. Yeah, I can't afford it. And you only need armor piercing for very late game, like heavy armor piercing. You only need like 1 or 2 for most other missions. Maybe not an Expert Plus, but we're not doing Expert Plus, so don't have to worry about that. Okay, this is a risk, but it'll just rewind if somebody walks through that door. There's no way to observe around corners, you can only observe through doors. That's a pretty basic issue that the game has. Okay, nobody came. We're good. This drone was super useful, actually, because we know that that room will never be an issue. And we can also close this door. Oh, because the drone closed it, the guard doesn't give a shit. Magically. And, yep, you can see the value of camera drones. There's also a lot of programs that can be used in the same vein to scout the mission before you can possibly get there.
Did you see that?
Okay, that's just a normal guard. Guards will eventually breach the doors, but they'll only do it after they officially see you for the first time. Not the guards individually, but any guard on the level. Okay. He can come and hack that on the following turn, maybe. I guess it's fine. Okay, everything's gonna be in the upper right here. Yep. So this little corner right here is gonna have 1 or 2 doors. And that's just how this level laid out. This is actually a pretty lucky layout. Conversely, the last level was a really shitty layout. But that's okay. And Olivia has 10 AP now, just inherently, from having speed 3. Is there a demon database? No, it's a facility one. Okay. It's that demon database. Yes, okay. So Demon Database reveals every demon in the level. So I'll know which ones I want to pop and when. Okay. Blowfish raises the alarm tracker. Watchdog reduces or increases guard KO resistance. Paradox negates your ability to hack, which is very bad. Felix increases safe firewalls by a percentage. On higher difficulties, it's like 3 or 4 times as much. So you can get like a safe that has 22 firewalls or something completely uncrackable. It does give you like a 10% credits boost, but that's never worth it. So Felix's strat is kind of bad, I should say. It's not that bad. Paradox is one of the worst. Jolt and Watchdog are some of the easiest. Blowfish, it depends. Blowfish is usually not that bad if you pop it at the right time. I think I'll just come back and get these safes later.
Warning.
Wow, this is a weird layout. Completely boxed in. Oh well. We're missing 3 saves? Okay, so that's approximately 500 to 600 credits. Since it's a level 2 mission, the credits will be a little bit less. I might as well pop the Watchdog one. Oh, I should have on the previous round, but whatever. If we get really unlucky, this door will... There'll be a camera directly behind this door that spots Derek. Didn't get unlucky. Okay. And there's the... So we know the detention center is one of these 2 rooms. And there should be another safe over here as well. I might just not go for the safes, depending. And that's a bad risk, actually. That's not a risk I would normally take. But since we have rewinds, I may as well. Let's just pop Watchdog. Actually, I don't really want to pop it. We could pop Jolt. Damn it. Oh, one of the safes is not demonized or whatever. Probably should have done that earlier. We could have just looted it. Whatever. It's okay. Okay, we can still get 2 safes on this level. Even if we don't go down and grab these ones, because they're too cumbersome to get to. So it won't be profitless. Ah, I should have moved Olivia a little bit. Binary mistake.
Additional cameras.
And I also should have hacked the Jolt safe.
Incognita has detected an agent currently logged as MIA. They would be an incredible asset if you can get them back on the team.
What?
Wow, that guy is in a totally useless position. Okay. Alright. We got Decker. I think it's just normal ass Decker. Decker's pretty good. He starts with speed 2. And speed is the best thing you want on agents usually. Of course, since he's the 4th agent we're not going to upgrade him that much. But since he has speed 2, he's at least a little bit mobile. Oh no, it's Shalem. Okay. I have not had Shalem very often. He has armor piercing 1 on ranged weapons, I believe. Which is a perk that anyone can have. It's not like a unique perk. Yeah. I mean, his perk has a different name, but there is another perk that does exactly the same thing. I'm not sure what he starts with stat-wise, but you can check by clicking on this. He has strength. Okay. Strength is not terrible. Good for carrying shit around. He should be safe, like right here. This guard is going to move directly forward 4 spaces. So right here is probably the safest bet. And we know this guard is stationary, so we don't have to worry about him. Shalem is one of the worst agents in the game. Whether starting or getting him now. But he still serves a purpose, so it's not a disaster to get him or anything. If I get like the submachine gun that has infinite ammo, and yes, that exists, then he'll be a little bit more useful. But Nika is better with that gun than he is, so kind of whatever. And Nika's also kind of a bad agent, but not as bad as Shalem. This was a very efficient mission compared to the last one. I guess I can come check the chat after this mission's over. I'll be over in like 4 or 5 minutes. Last one was a big old clusterfuck. This one, not so much. I think I said Derek was bad, and that's probably not super accurate. Derek is good because he has hacking, and eventually you're going to want a character that has hacking, or that you buff up his hacking. So that's inherently pretty useful. A lot of people don't like the dude where you have to kill people to buff up his stats, but I think that guy's actually pretty good. As long as you get a way to do it. It's like a free way to get upgrades. So you can max them out very easily. At least if you're doing contingency plans, so 5-day campaign. But I don't even think you can get them in non-contingency plan anyway. Alright, so the question is, do I want to go back and crack these safes? Open these safes? I think I'm probably safe. We're so far ahead on the alarm tracker that there's no real risk in doing so. We just have to deal with this guy. And I think this is the only other guard. There's like one guard down here who's gonna do absolutely nothing for the entire thing. Okay, I don't really want Jolt or Watchdog right now. Oh, I missed this nanofab. Did I? No, I feel like I did not miss the nanofab. What happened was this hacker guy woke up and he automatically retakes stuff when he's in its radius. I don't remember what I bought from the nanofab, if anything, but I'm pretty sure I did check it. I should have moved the camera down, I suppose, but whatever. I guess because that's a new demon, having the demon database didn't help us. Oh no, we lost the demon database, that's what happened. Which is a little bit annoying. Okay, I think I do have to take this camera, but...
Warning, demon installed.
Might as well take the demon natives first. Validate spawns a guard, it's one of the worst demons in the game. So you don't necessarily want to pop that if you don't have to. Yeah, so I'm just gonna say screw it to this safe, we'll take these two and leave. So if I had popped the jolt before I sent Derek over here to sit on this, then this guy would wake up. But since he's sitting on him, he can't wake up. So the jolt effectively does nothing. It does lower the cooldown on this guy way up here, but he's so far away it doesn't matter. Banks and Shalem can leave if I want to send them out. But there's no real need to right now. No. If I had done this correctly, I could have left this turn instead of the next turn. Doesn't actually matter that much right now, but worth noting. I would move Shalem down a square, and then Derek could get on the other space. Or if I had already exited with the other
is grateful to get out of that cell. I'm grateful to have more boots on the ground.
Alright, I'm gonna come check the chat, see if there's any questions that need pertinent answering or anything. And then maybe I'll do one more mission. But I'll probably keep playing this campaign, I might as well beat
I'm taking a big risk selling to you
oh,
right now.
this is very good.
Good call.
So no reason not to buy that one. I guess I'll give it to Shalem. There's some potential for Shalem in other regards. Derek is just a hacking mule for all intents and purposes.
Augment installed.
Okay, might as well get speed on Banks, and then mission select.
We need to keep moving.
Okay, 1 second. I'll be back momentarily. It's just a bunch of good lucks from earlier, so thanks for the good lucks, people who are no longer here, I'm sure. And then random letters. So, huzzah for random letters. Alright, I guess since we have a wide variety of options here, well, sort of, we have a decent number of options here, I'll talk about them. So, security dispatches, which we have 2 of. These are generally good, especially in the early game, because they tend to give you high-level items. And there are items that you can get from these that you can't get anywhere else, or at least there's one item that I've never seen anywhere else that basically gives you International, that's the one, International's perk, which is like scan through walls, which is a very good perk. International's not a bad character, I've just never really used her. Never got her randomly. I get Decker a fair amount, but never International. And there are better starting agents. But if you want the gun that goes through 5 layers of armor, a good way to get it is security dispatch, or like level 3 cloak. Level 3 cloak is the most broken item in the game. Absolutely busted. If you get 4 level 3 cloaks on one character, then you automatically win every mission ever. You can't lose. Which is what you do in Endless, basically. It's pretty hard to get 4 level 3 cloaks in a normal campaign. But not impossible. Nanofab Vestibule is basically a merchant that has a shitload of stuff. Once you get past the 30-hour mark, you will get to the midway point of the game and there'll be a big-ass mission. Which is a lot different from every other mission. And then all of these ones will disappear. All of these missions will disappear and you'll get a new set. So you want to use... I would probably want to do both the security dispatches, then maybe the financial suite and the vault, and then the vestibule. So I would do like these 5, if at all possible. I probably couldn't do all 5. So I'd have to make a decision as to how I wanted to do it. I'd probably start with this one, then do this, and then do this. And maybe something else when you reach each day mark, so when it reaches 24 hours, a bunch of other missions will pop up. I guess I can do a security dispatch since it is a different mission than what I have been doing. And then that'll be it for the stream. I'll probably continue this run maybe tomorrow. And we'll go till I win. Which I'm essentially guaranteed to win at this point. Well, I have 99
This is a regional security office, so expect...
Oh, K&O facilities have very few cameras and have turrets, machine gun turrets. If you hack the turrets, you can kill guards. Killing guards raises the alarm level a lot, but it also eliminates the guards forever. So killing is actually not that bad most of the time. It's a lot more efficient than not killing, especially on Expert Plus. On Expert Plus, knocking out guards raises the alarm as well. So you might as well just kill them if you're going to have to deal with them. Usually you don't want to deal with the guards entirely, but if you have to, then using turrets is the way to go. Or can be the way to go. Okay, Olivia has the most movement points, so I don't want her to go first. And looks like nothing is in here. Yep. The old nothing. No, there's no chance of being seen. Even if guards came through these doors, they would never look directly that direction. Oh, I guess that's not true. There could be a patrol that goes specifically down here, and he started like right here. But pretty damn unlikely.
Did you see that?
Okay. I can actually get closer to this guy, I think. Yeah, so I might as well move right here.
What was that?
So I'll be in better position on the following turn. It doesn't matter if she's going to get noticed when she walks past here, but that doesn't matter.
Huh?
It's still gonna have to walk in the same direction. There's the exit. That's really lucky to find it so early. And these two might as well move up this direction.
What? Huh?
Oh, here it is. Okay. Might as well knock this guy out. Why not? We don't have to. Alright, let's see what his patrol pattern is. Through there. Alright, I'll wait a turn. Oh, was hoping I would get an overpowered one here. Wings I think I've seen like once ever. It's pretty good. 1 power for 2 AP for all agents. Parasite is also very good though. I think I'll take Parasite. But I might actually take the other one later in the mission. Okay. Hopefully this is not a dead end. It isn't. Ah, here's the security dispatch. So we need a key card to get through here, but since we have Banks, she can just do that anyway. Assuming this guy has a card. Then I'll pick that up with Shalem and pass it to Olivia. He does have a card, okay. But since Banks is so far away, might as well just use a card. Once we open the safe in here, it'll trigger like a pressure plate and a guard will come and investigate. And that rhymed. Oh man. So, we found everything on this level, we just are looking for safes at this point to get more loot. The best thing ever. What you play video games for. There could be a guy in here. There's, as part of the contingency plan DLC, they put in a bunch of new objectives that just randomly spawn. This is one of those. It seems like it only happens like 20% of the time in this case. Some of the other ones are very frequent. But like a courier will be in here, he has like 5 AP and you have to move him to the exit, which takes like 5 to 10 turns depending on the level. But you get like 500 or 600 gold for saving him. I'm not sure why I'm calling it gold, but that's what my brain has decided to call it today. Credits. Oh, okay, I can show you a fairly... Alright, let's rewind first. So I don't know where the power supply is to get to the center of the security dispatch. And this is something that happened a while ago. Like, the power supply was hidden in a super obscure corner. It didn't show up on the hacking map at all. Like on this map it didn't show up. So I was like, where the fuck is the power supply? It's a bug, the power supply doesn't exist. It was hidden away in some really obscure ass place. So instead of that I figured out a workaround involving drones as a method of getting to power supplies. Or not getting to power supplies, but getting past lasers. So I'll do that in a second. I'm sure you can infer what it is based on the fact that I'm rewinding. I'm pretty sure the drone will have enough AP. Yep. So stick a drone in between the lasers and it shuts it off. Hooray. And it'll work when the drone is incapacitated as well.
There's the lockbox. Even if we can't use the contents, we can sell them.
Okay, Felix is kind of annoying, but we don't have to deal with it immediately. Because I don't know where any of the safes are. And here's the wireless scanner that I was talking about. So, wireless scanner...
Their attention. Don't be there when they arrive.
I have never seen wireless scanner on a merchant, so I'm pretty sure it just can't spawn on merchants, so the only way to get it is from the security dispatches. And it lets you see like cameras through walls in a short distance, which is pretty useful.
Daemon installed.
Okay, I guess we're not getting the secondary server stuff. Scan chip? Okay. This is basically... I have never seen this item before, by the way, despite playing for 50-60 hours. But this is basically Decker's ability, so when you're right next to something you can scan it for demons. He does it for free with no cost and no cooldown. But it is a really cheap item, so it is actually somewhat useful. It's probably worth having this. It's 100 credits, why not? Penetration scanner is armor piercing to melee weapons, so even with the shitty neural disruptor, I can still use armor piercing, and it stacks with neural disruptor 2, so it'll have 2 armor piercing. So it's probably worth getting that. And I guess I'll get this stuff instead of the other incognito programs. So what were they? Parasite and Wings. Parasite is pretty good. Wings I don't necessarily need. I might still try to get Parasite, but I do want Penetration Scanner. The problem with Penetration Scanner is that the person I would prefer to have it doesn't have any slots. So, kind of a tough sell. Also, I still haven't gotten any augmentation missions. There are missions where you can just get augments easily. But not if you never find them. Alright, there's some guard that's gonna come over here and investigate this. I don't know where from though. Okay, he's right there. That guy I just knocked out is a siren. When you knock him out, he boosts all the firewalls in the area of effect. With the Siren 2, it's double firewall, I think. And a bigger area of effect. Almost every guard type and drone type in the game has a second version. Except for the generic guards. I think most of the guards are probably already knocked out in this situation. 3 of them are out, so... And we know there's a camera drone, so there's like 1 more guard on the level. Who we have already seen.
The walls have eyes.
You might see this? No. Let's go some other direction. Oh, it's not even the same room. Oh, here's the power terminal we were looking for earlier. Okay, I think these 2 can just sit on these guys while my other 2 characters look for the safes. Oh, I wasted some firewall, or I wasted some power because of the Felix mechanic. It's not that big of a deal, just a minor issue. And I probably should have moved banks, but whatever, probably okay. Oh, I'm done. I could have used my chip to scan this and then figure out what the demon was. It's Mask, which doesn't really do anything. It just hides demons, which functionally useless. One of the easiest demons in the game because you don't care if demons are hidden or not most of the time. There are a lot of weird hitches and frame rate issues in the game. Not really frame rate issues, just abrupt pauses. I don't know why. Especially on the very, very large, endless levels. And on the final mission in the game, sometimes that one can be really huge. But I imagine it probably also has technical issues on PC, if it has them on PS4. How good is the camera? Oh, that's bad. Is it gonna spawn right there? No. Okay. So we gotta get another guard to deal with down here. I'm not sure where the other camera is. Okay, found it. There's another camera. What? Is it just a stationary guard? No, it can't be a guard because it's all hard colored. So there's another camera in this corner, I guess. Weird. Okay, I'll come deal with the guard down here. The extra guard that just spawned from the demon. And Banks will do cleanup.
What was that? What was that?
What was that?
Hey, investigating.
Okay, pretty sure he has to walk directly forward. No matter what. Yep. Pretty silly camera layout in this room. 3 all on one wall. Practically. Yep. Oh, that was down. I'm just gonna add turn and a rewind so I can take the save.
Alarm level 2. Fire levels increased. Secure additional power for countermeasures.
Did you see that?
Don't have to knock this guy out, but it's more efficient than what I was doing, so fine. Good thing I remembered to check that. And we should be fine. I could start dragging this guy so he's closer to the exit. But it's not like the exit is far away anyway.
Alarm level 2. Fire levels increased. Secure additional power for countermeasures.
Alright, this thing has like 1,000,000 firewalls now. Good. It's because of the castle demon, it boosts firewalls on any specific random device. specified random device, I guess is a better way to say it. Whatever. Yeah, we got tons of credits, so might as well buy both. We do have 5 programs now, I think. And 5 is as many as you can have until the midway point, then you get more. So now everybody has 2 more AP, and we get to do that every 2 turns. From now to the end of time. Predictive brawling also works on knocked out people. So you can cycle like neural disruptors between NPCs forever and just keep getting predictive brawling every turn if you want. Not NPCs, but your characters.
Good hunting, operator. I'm sure we'll put that new toy to good use.
I think speed is fine still.
Looks like we stirred up.
Oh, we got cybernetic terminals. Okay, so we didn't get every kind of mission. I think there's like 2 other ones. One of them is server farms, but we didn't get one, so don't have to talk about that. Server farm is basically just think for Incognita that's the same as Nanofet Vestibule, so you get way more programs to choose from. But cybernetic slabs are basically the best thing you can get, other than detention centers before you have 4 characters, because they give permanent buffs to your characters. So cybernetic slabs you always want to do. So I'll prioritize these over going to the Nanofet Vestibule, even though that could be good too. So I think I would do this dispatch, and then this, and then this, and then I'll be at the halfway point at that point. If you have even 1 hour remaining, you can go as far as you want around the world, and it won't immediately trigger the ending or anything, or trigger the midpoint or the last mission. So you always get 1 chance for the last mission. So this will be like 6, this would be 5 after that, and this one would also be 5, if I had to guess. Maybe this one too? No, this one is 6 to start with, so. I think we can do these 3 missions, and then still have enough time to fly down to this one. So that's probably the best play. Alright. So I'll probably keep doing this campaign tomorrow. And I'll do at least that up until the halfway mission. I'll do that mission and then maybe talk about the end game stuff. But I might also do day 5, I think it is. Since day 4 is the halfway mission. And then we'll have like 24 hours to go before the final mission at that point. Each campaign with the extended content takes about 6 to 10 hours, depending on the difficulty and luck and how much you just want to bypass stuff. Because we could just do 12-hour missions over and over, and then you only have to do like 10 extra missions throughout the game, in addition to the last 2. Which is fine if you're on like beginner, the game will be totally beatable. But if you're doing that on expert or expert plus, you just won't have enough resources most likely. You could probably still do it with 99 rewinds, but apart from that, if you were just playing regular or Iron Man, then it wouldn't work. And yeah, that should do it. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to put a bunch of links in the description to my previous playthroughs of the game. And there'll be various difficulty levels. I think the Expert Iron Man trophy is the hardest one to get in the game, but I don't think it's like comically difficult. I think anyone could accomplish it. You just need to understand how the game works. So, toodles, thank you very much for watching.